Sometimes love doesn't end with a fight. Sometimes it fades in silence. And sometimes the loneliest place is right beside the person you married. My name is Laura Bennett. I am 36 years old, and for 10 years I believed I had a happy marriage. My husband's name is Michael Bennett. He is 42. We built a quiet life together in our small suburban home. We have a son named Ethan, who is 7 years old and full of light. For years our home was warm. We laughed, we shared meals, we talked late into the night. But something changed. At first it was small, almost invisible. Michael started coming home later than usual. He would eat dinner without saying much, turn on the television and fall asleep on the couch. Weekends disappeared into work meetings, golf games, or hours locked inside his home office. He always said the same thing. I'm just busy. Michael was a senior manager at his company. He carried stress like a badge of honor. I used to help him with paperwork and finances, but after Ethan was born, I stayed home more. Slowly, Michael stopped letting anyone help him. I don't trust people easily, he said. What hurt most was what we lost. Every night we used to sit together with a cup of tea. We talked about our day. We laughed at small things. We looked at each other like partners. Now there was only silence. No tea, no conversations. Just a glowing TV screen and a man already half asleep. One week I sent Ethan to stay with my mother. I wanted time alone with my husband. I told myself he was just tired, that he needed space. That night Michael came home late, ate quietly, and went straight to bed. He didn't even look at me. The next morning he left early, even though it was the weekend. I sat alone at the kitchen table, staring at a cold cup of tea, feeling like a guest in my own house. That night, I knew I couldn't stay silent anymore. I cooked Michael's favourite meal. I wore the blue dress he once said made me glow. I fixed my hair. I tried to look like the woman he fell in love with. When he came home, he barely noticed. My heart was racing, but I forced myself to speak. Can we talk? I asked softly. He looked surprised. Now? Yes, please. We sat on the couch. I tried to stay calm, but tears were already waiting. You've changed, I said quietly. We don't talk anymore. You don't look at me. I feel invisible. He stared at the floor. Then I asked the question that scared me most. Do you still love me? He looked up, tired but serious. Of course I do, he said. Work is crushing me. I'm under a lot of pressure. I wanted to believe him. Still, I asked the question that had been burning inside me. Is there someone else? He reacted fast. No, never, he said. I'm just overwhelmed. Please be patient with me. He took my hand. I'll try to change. So I waited. Days passed. Then weeks. Nothing changed. I smiled through the pain. I kept the house running. I planned family weekends that never happened. Every rejection felt heavier than the last. One night I sat alone in the dark, looking through old photos. Our wedding, our honeymoon, the joy we once shared. Where did we disappear? Another evening, I stood outside his office door, ready to knock. But I didn't. I walked away instead. That was the moment I started asking myself the truth. Was this still a marriage, or just two strangers sharing a house? One night after returning home, Michael left his phone on the table and went to shower. A message appeared on the screen. I miss you. Did you think about me today? My heart stopped. I didn't open it. I didn't need to. That night I cried silently beside a man who slept peacefully. The next morning I made a decision, not out of anger, but out of survival. I packed a small bag. I took Ethan's hand. I left a letter behind, not to punish him, but to save myself. Sometimes love is not enough. Sometimes choosing yourself is the bravest thing you can do. And that was the moment I chose peace. Life at my mother's house was quiet. Not empty, just quiet. At first the silence felt heavy. There were no late-night arguments, no cold dinners, no unanswered questions hanging in the air, just simple mornings, warm food, and my son's laughter filling the rooms. Slowly, I began to breathe again. I started waking up earlier, not because I had to, but because I wanted to. I made breakfast without rushing. I walked Ethan to the park. I noticed the sky. I noticed myself. Michael sent messages almost every day. I'm sorry, I'm changing. Please give me another chance. I didn't block him. But I didn't run back either. For the first time in years, I chose to listen to my own heart instead of fixing someone else's. One afternoon, my mother sat beside me and said gently, "Sometimes love doesn't end because there is no love left. It ends because one person forgets to care." Her words stayed with me. Weeks passed. I found a small job near my mother's house. Nothing fancy, but it was mine. I felt proud earning again, standing on my own feet. One evening Michael came to see Ethan. He looked different, tired, quieter, smaller somehow. When Ethan ran back inside to play, Michael looked at me and said, "I lost you because I stopped seeing you." I nodded. "Yes," I said. "And I found myself because I stopped waiting." He asked if there was hope. I was honest. "I don't know," I said. "Trust doesn't grow back quickly, and I won't promise something I'm not sure of." He respected that. For the first time, he didn't argue. That night, as I watched Ethan sleep, I realized something important. Love should feel safe. It should feel warm. It should never make you feel invisible in your own life. I didn't know what the future would look like. Maybe our paths would cross again. Maybe they wouldn't. But for the first time, I wasn't afraid of either option. Because I knew this now. I am enough. I deserve honesty, and choosing myself was not selfish, it was necessary. Sometimes walking away is not giving up, it's choosing peace. And that choice changed everything.